Friday, June 17th, 2022. Today on the Daily Review, we discuss another Raj Kumar Hirani and Amir Khan film. That's right, its highest grossing Bollywood movie of all time, or as of this review, PK. With your host, me, Professor Joe LaRocca. I'm a professor of film, just so you know. So that doesn't mean I know what I'm talking about, but I spend my time thinking about this stuff. I'm not like a professor of, in physics or something. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, that's Odie there in the corner. I can frame her up a little bit better. You can get a better view. Okay, so this is PK. Everybody recommended this to me after I watched Three Idiots, which I really enjoyed. This is similar, same director. Not similar in plot, but similar in tone. Kind of a bright, fun, heartwarming, silly, a silly, fun movie, but with an actual core statement. Like, you could easily say that Three Idiots is like, it's like, a silly, like what we call in America a boner comedy. It's a little bit of that, but there's a real solid heart to that about the dangers of academic pressure and parents like being overly controlling of their children's lives, things like that, like universal themes that are good. And I think that's what helped make that movie so successful. This movie was even more successful, and it was like #1 for 3 weeks or something like that, highest grossing and everything, at least in 2014. Maybe it's been beat by now. I know everybody had me watch that trailer for that big new Bollywood movie, from the Astra series or whatever it's going to be, Brahmastram or whatever. I thought it looked like a silly video game. Like, it doesn't, like, there's not enough story content there for me to understand what's happening, so it just looks like a cutscene from the beginning of a video game. And people got mad at me. And I'm like, I don't know, dude. I don't know what this is. You're just showing me. It's like if I just showed you like a cutscene from Final Fantasy X or something. I was like, what do you think? You'd be like, cool. What the fuck was that about? So I will see it. I'm excited to see it, dude. I'm loving these big Indian action movies. But all right. So this is not an action movie though. Although there's some action in it. Amir Khan plays is very Robin Williams inspired, his performance, I'd say. And it's got some American influences, whether it's intentional or not, or maybe vice versa happened, but it's like E.T. a bit. An alien lands here and wants to get home. So that's pretty fucking E.T. But he takes the form of a human who arrives nude, which is pretty funny. And they do a lot of like Austin Power stuff to like hide his junk, which is really funny. And let's say a little bit like a Terminator thing, and then a man steals his like space magic necklace. That's like how he communicates and how he would get the ship back. And so before he even knows what's going on Earth, he's been robbed, and so now he's just kind of like wandering around a blank slate, very much like Being There, which is what I said that I felt like the Amir Khan character was like in. It's like Smart Forrest Gump. Like he's very guru. He knows what's going on, but like a slightly different angle he's coming at it with. And so, yeah, there's tomfoolery ensues. But then there's a side plot, or not a side plot, really is actually kind of the main plot, is Jagu, which is not a popular name here in the United States, but that's played by Anushka Sharma. She's quite beautiful. She plays an Not photojournalist, like a TV journalist, and she meets a man who played Raghu in Three Idiots, and he's Pakistani, so there's like forbidden love, culture clash, as they say, like a Romeo and Juliet type situation. And like when they meet, they're like trying to get in. This is an example of what, like, it's a little bit too silly for my liking, but I understand why it's popular. Like, they're trying to get into a poetry reading that's sold out, and they get like scammed by this old man who's eating an ice cream cone, and she gets mad and she like mushes the ice cream cone all over his suit. It's like a Disney kids, like, it's like, it's very cartoonish, But ultimately, like Three Idiots, it has a very strong, universal, and important message about the dangers of, how should I say this? Like the dangers of organized religion or blindly following a faith without really necessarily knowing what. Just kind of like, it's kind of like taking to task religion, which I guess is probably pretty bold considering religion has an even bigger impact in the world of cinema in India than it does in the United States. In fact, in the United States, we rarely, only like, once every 5 years, the Westboro Baptist Church will get upset or something because somebody will kiss Jesus in a movie or whatever. But, we don't, I don't know what it's like, but I'm just taking that from, the fact that they write on screen when alcohol is being consumed or when animals are being in, you know what I mean? I feel like there might be, it might be a little bit more ballsy, is what I'm saying, in 2014 to like make a comedy about religion in India than it is in the United States, which it would just be like dismissed, They'd be like, like maybe there was like a little controversy over the movie Dogma, which is a Kevin Smith movie, and it was like kind of, ultimately, it's an incredibly positive Catholic movie, but that's people get confused. Anyway, this isn't an anti-religious movie. It's just like, make sure you know what you're doing. Like, don't have blind faith. I think that's probably the best word to describe it. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. I don't really know what else to say. It reminded me a little bit of K-Pax. And I wonder if that's where the PK comes from. K-Pax being reversed. Because that's the same thing. Or Starman. Has anybody seen Starman? I reviewed that a while back. If you like this movie, you should check out Starman. It's from like, I think it's John Carpenter, right? I think it's John Carpenter. And it's about an alien who lands in a widow's backyard. And he's formless at first, but sees a picture of the husband, and that's what the alien's able to do, is kind of like mimics up an image. So he mimics the husband so that she will recognize him and not see him as an alien. And she obviously fucking freaks out. And it's similar to this in that it's like the alien is a catalyst for all these other parts of the story and almost floats through the story as like a baseline or like a wall that you can bounce a ball off of. It's pretty cool. So there's a lot of similarities. I wonder how much like Raj Kumar had seen of that stuff, or if it's just kind of like cross-pollination. Like if you are going to do this idea in any culture, you're going to come upon some of the similar ideas. So who knows? I do think it's cool that it was it makes so much sense to me why this is perfectly high grossing. Perfectly high grossing. What do I mean? Why it was so popular, because it's just super enjoyable and kind of universal. Like I said, comedies don't necessarily translate well to other cultures. Movies like action movies where it's all visual and stuff, that stuff is so much easier to sell to other countries. But comedy, since it can be very culturally based, or yeah, I don't know. Usually comedies, or sometimes comedies, they don't live far beyond the borders of their own country. But these past two have really impressed me in their ability to, like, I could show this in class, and we would all be to a half a class of BC students and half a class of people from, like, I don't know, the University of Rajasthan or whatever, if that exists. And people would be laughing at pretty much the same parts. I'm sure the Indian students would laugh at, they'd get some more of the subtle jokes, but like the meaning of the movie, the feeling of the movie, and the message of the movie would all come through no matter what. None of that's lost in translation. And that's powerful. That's good. Very solid filmmaking. But the thing is that everybody's recommending me all this stuff. Like, I want your Mean Streets. Where's your I want your, give me your equivalent of Indian Mean Streets, Give me your equivalent of, what do I want? I want your Manchester by the Sea. Oh, Mr. Schoolboy is texting me. What's up, man? This guy wants me to review Vikram, which I'm gonna watch, but I haven't watched it yet. And then somebody told me that I should watch this. And you're just, if I don't say exactly what you want me to say, Mr. Schoolboy, if I don't say, oh, that was the best movie I've ever seen, you're gonna be like, well, you don't get it because you're not Indian or something. So I don't know. Fucking unsubscribe, you loser. Jesus Christ, get a life. Okay. Anyway. I'm just kidding around, Mr. Schoolboy. I'm just kidding around, obviously. We're just having fun here. But I am going to see it. Why do you have to, like, write a paper on it? Maybe that's what it is. He's a hero. Come on, help me. Wait, now, are you, like, in trouble? All right, dude. Now I feel sorry. Oh, my God. He's in a prison camp, and he must give an English review of Vikram, or they're going to behead him or something. So, all right, I'll do it, buddy. I'm sorry. It was just fun to mess with somebody in the comments. Oh man, I did some stand up 2 nights ago. Oh my God, so open mic. It was definitely the worst I've ever done, but also, especially if you listen to the replay, it sounds like I'm performing in like an airplane terminal where everybody just found out that the flights were canceled for the next 2 days. You know what I mean? So it's like it sounds like I'm yelling. Anyway, yeah. Oh, let me give this a grade. Very, very, very good. You know, not taking really any risks. That's why I can't give it in the A zone, in my own personal opinion. But I totally understand, man. So impressive how universal these movies are. God damn. While still like maintaining a little like the truth, you know, like a real thing. Because in America, sometimes if we have a comedy that's like real laugh out loud, like crazy laugh a minute, like just stupid, like not even worried about the story kind of silliness, like those tend not to have any actual message, right? You know, a movie like Dumb and Dumber, very, very, very little message in that movie, or Wet Hot American Summer, some of the movies that make me laugh the hardest, or even Spinal Tap, you know? But these have, like, you know, the important things. Oh, I think we lost Mr. Schoolboy. Darn. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Check out some Raj Kumar Hirani movies. They are, he's like Indian Spielberg or something. Pretty badass. So more to come, guys. More to come. I'm also watching Spiderhead right now, a new movie on Netflix. And so far, it's like a big budget version of that Red 11 movie that I reviewed yesterday. It's like people in a lab being tested drugs, and I kind of hate it, but maybe I'll review it tomorrow. Okay, you can like and subscribe if you like to subscribe, or you can unsubscribe if you're Mr. Schoolboy, and I will talk to you domani. Mille grazie. Buongiorno.